In the quiet town of Frederick, Colorado, the Watts family appeared to be the epitome of American suburban bliss. Chris Watts worked as an oil field operator while his wife Shannon Watts was an aspiring social media marketer. They had two beautiful daughters, 3-year-old Celeste and 4-year-old Bella, and were expecting their third child, who they'd planned to name Nico. Their social media feeds were filled with happy family photos and declarations of love. But beneath the facade of a picture-perfect family meticulously curated for social media, Chris and Shannon's marriage was crumbling. Chris felt suffocated by Shannon's controlling nature and her relentless pursuit of online validation, while Shannon was oblivious to her husband's growing resentment. Their once passionate love had dwindled, replaced by a simmering tension that threatened to erupt at any moment. Weeks before the incident, Shannon had embarked on a 5-week North Carolina visit with Bella and Celeste, combining family time with birthday celebrations for both her mother and Cece. The family's extended absence widened the chasm between Chris and Shannon, leaving Chris to grapple with his growing discontent and contemplate a future without the burdens of his current life. Motivated by his secret affair with co-worker Nikki Kessinger, Chris contemplated leaving his family. Nikki's love beckoned, a radiant future within reach if not for the heavy chains of Bella, Cece, pregnant Shannon, and unborn Nico. They anchored him to a life he yearned to escape, their existence suffocating the dreams he ached to pursue. The weight of his family's existence became an oppressive force, driving him to contemplate drastic measures to sever the ties that bound him. Meanwhile, the specter of losing Chris haunted Shannon. Each unanswered call and text was a stab to her heart. She obsessively dissected their interactions, searching for remnants of his love amidst the growing distance. Was it his family, their financial struggles, or her own flaws that pushed him away? The answers remained elusive, replaced by a chilling void where their connection once thrived. On August 13th, in the hushed pre-dawn hours, Shannon's best friend Nicole Atkinson's car arrived at Shannon's house, marking her return from a business trip in Arizona. Chris, burdened by guilt and anticipating her suspicions, feigned sleep as she climbed into bed. Despite the palpable tension, they engaged in a hollow act of intimacy, a desperate attempt to cling to a fading connection. However, upon waking, Chris was overwhelmed by regret and confessed his doubts about their marriage. "I don't love you anymore," he declared, the words like ice shards piercing the heart of their crumbling marriage. It was a carefully crafted statement, a rehearsed line he had waited to deliver, marking the end of their union. "You'll never see your kids again," Shannon's voice shattered, a raw scream of pain and disbelief. "I'm going to ruin you. Take everything you have. You'll pay for this," she raged, tears mixing with fury as the betrayal sunk in. The seed of treachery had been sown in Chris while Shannon was in North Carolina, but her threats to destroy his life solidified his resolve. The simmering rage within him, hidden beneath a facade of normalcy, finally erupted, propelling him to strangle his wife to death, severing the ties that bound him to a life he desperately wanted to escape. After loading her body into his pickup truck, with the girls in tow, Chris drove 45 minutes to a remote oil site where he worked. With their small hands clung to each other, a silent pact of comfort, the girls waited in the car as he dug a shallow grave and buried Shannon. Then, in a final blow, he smothered his once-beloved daughters, disposing their bodies in a 20-foot oil tank. Then, unburdened by his past, Chris reveled in a twisted sense of liberation. Fueled by a distorted belief in his own control, entitlement, and devoid of empathy, he tragically eradicated his family to pave the way for a new life. With chilling detachment, he orchestrated a series of calls, first to the school, feigning concern for his absent children, then to a realtor, initiating the sale of his family home, and finally to his unsuspecting mistress, to weave their fabricated future. Alarmed by Shannon's missed prenatal appointment and lack of response to calls and texts, Nicole drove to her house, finding her car still in the garage. She alerted the police, who arrived before Chris, who claimed to have been at work.
How you guys doing?
Brother?
What's that?
Do you remember me?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
How you been?
Hi.
You Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on?
So my friend, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend.
All right.
And I dropped her off at 2 o'clock this morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant. She wasn't feeling well. And she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9. And I told her to let me know if she needed me to take her. She's got 2 little girls. And she was very distraught over the weekend, wasn't eating normally or drinking. And we kept trying to force it on her because she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband and her supposedly are separating, but she didn't know this. She thought they were just having issues. He disclosed that to me today.
Okay.
Because I called him and I was like, have you talked or heard from Shanann since she left for work this morning? Because I can't get a hold of her. I've called, I've texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day are by the front door.
She only has one vehicle?
No, they only have the one vehicle in his work truck.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. There's not a...
She took the girls and went on a play date, but they're 4 and 2. She went on a play date. Why wouldn't she take in a car? They're both in car seats. And she had a doctor's appointment this morning at 9 and she didn't go to the doctor's appointment.
Okay. No answer on the phone. Husband's on his way.
Supposedly, but he said that 30 minutes ago when I called him again and he said he was 45 minutes out still. Maggie, I'm here. Hang on. Yeah, get me on the phone. Okay, get Matt on the phone.
Scott, how you doing?
How's it going?
So this is the only vehicle she would have?
Only one that, yeah.
She would drive? Okay.
Her phone's here? Yeah. Her phone's here.
Does she work?
Yeah, she works from
From
home.
home.
Oh, from home?
She works, this is her lifeline.
Okay, I guess my question for you is, would it show her leaving with the kids? Did you have any alerts?
If she came out here, yes. Like, if
Did you have any alerts today with that?
just when her friends were here.
Does it only record when the doorbell rings, or anytime
If
someone?
you're like right here, it should just start. The proximity should hit up.
Okay, and if you had anything on that today?
Just her friends.
And what time was that?
12:10 and about 10 minutes afternoon.
Okay.
Together, they searched the house, finding missing items like the girls' blankets and Shannon's wedding ring. Nicole's worry intensified upon discovering Shannon's purse with her lupus medication inside. Determined to uncover the truth, she vowed to find out what happened to Shannon, no matter the cost. Initially, Chris reported that his wife had simply left with the girls because of their failing marriage, feigning concern, and playing the role of a grieving husband and father. However, inconsistencies in his story and suspicious behavior aroused the suspicion of investigators. After failing a polygraph test, Chris initially confessed to strangling Shannon after she'd supposedly killed the girls. But in a surprising turn of events, he ultimately pleaded guilty to multiple counts of first-degree murder in exchange for being spared the death penalty. He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences, without the possibility of parole. The Chris Watts case serves as a chilling reminder that appearances can be deceiving, and seemingly perfect families can harbor dark secrets. It underscores the importance of addressing marital issues and seeking help before they escalate into unimaginable tragedy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. And make sure you click the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new content.